Infinite blessings and love. Namaste, namaskaram. This is Om Oracle Tarot, and this is Gemini's mid-month soul path check-in for mid-December to the end of December 2022. Now, I have to say that these are general readings and may not resonate with everyone. If they don't, that's all right. There's plenty of other great YouTube tarot readers that you can check out. If you would like to get in contact with me, you can drop a comment in the comment section. You can also get in contact with me at the Om Oracle Tarot Instagram page, of which there's only one, and the link for that is below in the description of this video. And if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated, and I appreciate all of you. I also want to send a big heartfelt sense of gratitude and thank you out to all those who have liked, shared, subscribed, and donated. It really does mean so much, and again, thank you so much. I also would like to remind everybody to check your other placements, your sun, moon, and rising signs, as it can help give you a broader picture of what may be going on. You can also check out the beginning of the month readings that I offer here. You can also check out the new moon and the full moon readings that I also offer here at Om Oracle Tarot. All right, without any further ado, excuse me. Without any further ado, please give us a message for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. 3 cards, please. I only take uprights and I only take jumpers from the deck. And while there are moments of silence while I may be shuffling the cards, do pay attention to anything you may see in your mind's eye. You might hear a word or some song lyrics. You might smell something that reminds you of something, or a strong emotion may bubble up. Do pay attention to this, as this is all your intuition playing a role in this reading, as we are not together in the physical. I am connecting to your energy, so your energy is very much a part of this reading. And in a lot of ways, it's in these moments of silence that the deeper aspect of the reading takes place within yourself. So do pay attention to those. All right. 3 cards, please, for our Geminis, for what is on their soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. How many is that? Well, that is a lot. We'll go ahead and take them. All right. So we have the Lovers, the 5 of Wands, the Page of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So it does appear that mid-December, you definitely find yourself at a crossroads position. Now, I generally try to stray away from a romance reading or a relationship reading, but when it is here, I must read what I'm given. So this does appear to be a relationship kind of reading thus far. But you're at a crossroads concerning love and relationships. There's a little tension in the air with the 5 of Wands. And you may be having conflict with a loved one at this time, or a potential romantic interest at this time. But there is romance and love in the air at this time. And this is also, this tension can be stemming from getting to know a person. Initially, when we get into a romantic entanglement, we have to learn the other person and learn what triggers they may have, or the sensitivities that they have, or past wounds and things like that. And so initially, until we learn these things, there will be moments of tension that bubble up when we come across a situation that we may not have come across in the past with this person. So it does appear that there is some conflict. Now, the Five of Wands is a temporary energy, so the Spirit is wanting you to know that there is this love interest. There is a little tension, but this tension is also a training here. And we have the Page of Cups. So the Spirit is really wanting you to pay attention to the intuitive messages that the Spirit is trying to give to you at this time. Also using your intuition and kind of reading the room, if you will, with this other person, using your intuition to read the situation before saying anything or acting would be definitely to your benefit at this time. This is also indication that this love interest is this is a new path for you, and even if you may have been interacting with this person for a minute, this kind of marks this next chapter in the relationship here. And then we have the Two of Cups. So there's definitely a mutual attraction. This person has strong feelings about you, as I imagine you also have strong feelings about them. And so even though there is this tension, by utilizing your intuition and having some patience with some of the things that you and your partner deal with regularly, like triggers and traumas and things like this, using patience and using your intuition will be beneficial, as these two lovers are not sharing cups, but these Two of Cups are definitely coming together in communion almost. There's this spiritual connection. And this is an indication that you feel very strongly about this person. We have the King of Pentacles. So this action of patience and using your intuition is going to take some discipline on your part. As you are getting to, you're learning this person. They're also learning you. So it is going to take discipline, but you are on the road to this emotional wealth and emotional abundance concerning this person. And at the bottom, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and where I would put it is right here. So you can see that the King and the Queen of Pentacles are facing one another. They're seeing eye to eye. So where there was some tension, where there may have not have been this communication connection taking place, you're coming to a place where you can see eye to eye, and there's a mutual understanding taking place, and you are nurturing this connection with the Queen of Wands. And you're also having a pragmatic approach to this, and realizing that we all have our triggers and our traumas and our baggage from the past, and in this situation, patience is definitely a virtue. So we'll get a little bit more information. This is the Scrying Eye Oracle deck. We will take 3 cards and a bottom card from the top split, and then we'll do the same with the bottom. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. 3 cards, please. I think, Gemini, your last 3 readings have kind of had a romantic vibe to them. So many times romance and love is part of our soul's path. There's soul contracts involved with that. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. All right. We have the World Watcher and Out of This World Love. So, and Brujo. All right. At the bottom, we have the Purple Sage. So, start out this row with the World Watcher. So, you're definitely starting to see how things work with this person. And the more you get to know this person, you know their backstory, you can kind of see the whole story kind of unfolding and why you may be getting some unexpected reactions from this person, because these reactions stem from past situations. And of course, we always try to start anew, but sometimes when we've been through a traumatic kind of relationship, we carry these ideas with us to the next relationship, and that does appear to be what's going on here. So the Spirit is saying definitely keep a watch on yourself, and watch for these what am I trying to say? This person's trigger points. Now, you never want to silence yourself or mute yourself, but the Spirit is saying do approach this with compassion. Because there are going to be some things where you are going to be observing, but also kind of like judging what you take note of to one degree or another. So not every trigger that pops up is your responsibility to take a meek stance. You are a different person than their past person, and to let them know that is not taking anything away from them. Sure, they can have their traumas and their triggers, and they're completely entitled to that because they are working through something, but also to maintain that, like, you are not responsible for them having a trigger. Of course, when we find out somebody's trigger, we definitely would try to avoid that unless it feels somewhat oppressive for you, or you have now silenced yourself because of someone else's trigger. If you want my 2 cents on it. But it does appear that you're moving forward with this knowledge and putting it to good use here. Because really what you found here is this out of this world love. I don't know if that shows up there. So there's definitely romance. It's not just an attraction, but there is a romance here. There is harmony. So it's not all tension. I feel like the tension is kind of temporary, and it's kind of sprinkled here and there. And that's not like the staple, but the Spirit is wanting you to know about that. But this is definitely a passionate, fulfilling relationships on a lot of different levels. And really, this is indicating that you both feel head over heels for one another. And that it feels like just like the card says, like this out of this world love, like you can't believe it, this type of thing. Then we have the brujo. So brujo is a Spanish word. It translates basically to witch. Or this could also be interpreted as like a shaman from Siberia. But this is Mexican or South American brujo. So there is this earth magic involved here. This also indicates that you definitely have some aid in any adversities that you have in the spirit. And you do notice this taking place, and this is causing your faith in the spirit to grow. You're really coming into a lot of spiritual wisdom at this time. You may also be utilizing sacred sacraments, plant allies, things like this at this time. But there is something definitely supernatural taking place. And this does seem to be kind of a side note in the reading thus far, but we'll probably get a little bit more about it. And at the bottom we have the purple sage here. So you definitely have protection at this time. These moments of tension, like I said, these are training moments, but also they are purification, because when you come up against these things, you're able to process them together. And this is purifying this energy and kind of putting it in its right place. This also puts these traumas and triggers in their right place. You may also be receiving some spiritual visions at this time. So keep a dream journal, a meditation journal, as this will be really helpful in the future for you. This card also speaks of attracting love and positivity. So this is really what's taking place here. You're attracting love and positivity, and I feel like you both are. And every now and then there is a block, and that creates the tension. And by giving this compassionate attention, it's helping to purify these energies, and you process and release them. But this is clearing out some negative energy for you. All right, let's get 3 cards, please, for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. 3 cards, please. All right, we are invoking the light. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. So we have invoking the light. So in these moments of tension, you're definitely calling on the divine, and like it says, like you're invoking the divine. You're calling the divine into yourself and allowing this energy to kind of move through you for the best possible outcome, because this connection really means a lot to you already, and I feel like it's kind of new. It is a little new, but it already means so much. So you are wielding this divine force for the sake of love. That in and of itself is powerful. So, and this is the action of calling the divine into you gives you power over any darkness that may come your way, and this also gives you divine protection. And really, this makes you undefeatable. So when there's moments of tension or this conflict, you won't be diminished by this because you do have this protection. And by doing that, you're really standing in your power. And so this is going to cause this person to really look at themselves, their triggers and their traumas, and most likely come to the conclusion themselves like, oh, wait a second, like this has nothing to do with my Gemini. This is coming from an old trauma that I have. And so I do feel like they are going to be processing this in a healthy way because of your stance. Your stance is really helping the situation out quite a bit. Then we have Mystic Tree Baba. So you're standing in your power. You, even in the face of this conflict and tension, you are fully established in your chill mode. And this is all bringing about a lot of spiritual and personal growth for the both of you. This has you feeling very grounded and healthy, very rooted, and you are taking shelter and shade under the tree of the divine here. And you are feeling calm. Here we have the astral song singers. So some of the messages you may be receiving from the divine, you may be hearing words, and for some reason, like right before you go to bed, you fall asleep, you're hearing something within yourself. So this is this spirit communication. And even if you don't understand what's being said, do know that it is being transmitted to you, and your mind will decipher this, and it kind of goes into the subconscious file of your mind here. You definitely have more spirit helpers here, and you're receiving some spiritual road signs on your path here. And one of them is the tension. Another one is the fact that you guys can have this tension, or you two can have this tension and really address it, process, release it, and then come back together. So you are receiving some spiritual guidance. So do keep your spiritual ear open for these things, because they are coming in. And at the bottom, we have Death Rider of Despair. So, and this I feel like is speaking to your person, or perhaps both of your past traumas where you have both dealt with. Now, I feel like this is really speaking to your love interest, where they have dealt with in the past some hopelessness, and you both probably have to a certain extent, but some anxiety and depression. But your person has suffered a great loss here, or at least they feel like it was a great loss, and they are still dealing with that grief. They're over it. They're not hung up on their ex or anything like that. But when you have loss and you feel that sting of heartbreak, the grief remains long after you have released these things. This has caused this person to have a little bit of a loss of faith in love. And so this is kind of what you're up against. I feel like you have also, your faith in love has also been somewhat diminished in the past. This person may be dealing with some levels of shame concerning these traumas and triggers, and is not something they're used to speaking about. So this is where this patience comes into play, because they definitely hold this abandonment energy. So, and my heart definitely goes out to them, because there is a heavy feeling on that. All right. Please give us 2 or 3 cards for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. All right, thank you. Interesting. All right, we have New Sprout, the energy of the Andes, and alignment. So, this New Sprout is this relationship, and it's kind of like in this relationship, you're kind of in the stage of, it's like when a new tree blossoms and it's just a baby tree, and they put a little fence around it to keep it safe, or keep it from getting run over from the lawnmower or knocked down by an animal. And this is kind of this delicate stage of the relationship, of this new sprouted kind of relationship. But have you noticed there's like hummingbirds coming from this person's heart chakra? So there is this type of energy, and this spiritually, I feel like this connection is very powerful, or it has the potential to be very powerful and dynamic and fulfilling in all or most of the ways that you specifically need a relationship to be like. So there is this newness to this. And then the energy of the Andes. So this is speaking of this highest point, the heights of romance and love. And you are in this new sprouted energy, and feelings are intense and high at this time, which is great when things are going great. But when there's this tension, the tension is also high, and it feels like the world is crumbling down, and oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this person, and like I don't want to lose myself in this, and all of these types of things. So the Spirit is wanting you to know that this is why there is this intensity here, is because it is this new sprout. And there is just an intense, the love is intense, the passion is intense. And so when there's conflict, it also has a intensity to it. And that's fairly normal. And alignment, it lands right on the Lover's card. So this is definitely someone that you are in alignment with. Now, all of us, we need a little patience concerning these triggers and traumas. And this is how you build trust with one another. and this is how you learn one another. So this is definitely a connection that is in alignment with your highest aspirations of love. But it does take a little bit to get to know the person and the ins and outs of that, and to learn to trust the person, because the tension comes from there is a lack of trust, and because it is new, which is also very normal. All right. Please give us 2 or 3 cards for what is the inner landscape like and inner climate like for our Geminis on their soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. All right. Those came right out. All righty. Thank you. All right, we have giant panda. So, innocence. And this is, I really feel like this love has passion, intensity, but also this really special innocence to it. It's almost like that first love type of feel to it. And so there is this innocence and this gentleness about dealing with one another, dealing with this tension, traumas, and triggers. So there's innocence and gentleness. And it's just like with this new sprout, you have to be gentle with the new sprout. Otherwise, it will break before it has a chance to grow. And harmony. So you do generally feel in harmony with this person. And balance. So this is not an unbalanced relationship. This doesn't feel like a codependent thing. There is a balance here. And here we have the orangutan, and this is a baby orangutan. So letting this inner child, like with this innocence, this inner child kind of come out and play. It's like when we're a child, we have a complete belief and faith in love and the power of love. And it reminds me of that song from the Back to the Future, The Power of Love. So you might check that out. But letting this inner child come out and play, and really allowing yourself to believe in love again. Curiosity. Page of Cups also speaks of curiosity. So you're definitely curious to see where this goes, how long this is going to go for. But you're really curious to get to know the ins and outs of this person. You are really eager to learn this person, which... That's a good portion of the game right there. I don't know why game comes out, but that's an important part of being in a committed relationship, is learning the person and having this curiosity about the person. As soon as we have this fixed idea of how somebody is, you can see this a lot of times in relationships that do go 10, 14 years, is there's this idea that one partner or both partners develop about the other person, that they are exactly how they appear in our mind. But people change. People develop new things. They might develop new triggers, and they might... we're in constant flux. We're constantly changing. Every 5 years, we become a new version of ourselves. So never think that someone is how they're always going to be. Always keep this level of curiosity open about your partner. And patience, like I was saying, Patience is a virtue. And play. Have fun and laughter. So having this fun and laughing energy, and I feel like this is the majority of what you are doing with this person. It's having fun, laughing. Because the tension seems to be, like I said earlier, just kind of sprinkled here and there. It's not the staple of the reading here. We have polar bear. So solitude. So during these moments of tension, it's okay to say, I need a moment. Or why don't we save this conversation for another time when we are not heated? It's okay to do that. So you may be having moments of solitude when these moments of tension and conflict arise. So friendship, really not only taking this person on as your romance partner, your lover, but more important than any of those things is becoming friends. Because that's what's really going to cause this to go the long haul, is being friends with your lover. Strength. You're moving forward with a lot of strength and resilience. So this is saying you weather this, and you definitely have what it takes. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. 3 cards, please. All right. So at the bottom we have power. So in this sprout of power. So there's definitely that in the works for you. You definitely have some power under your in your saddlebag there. And this says door to the Akashic records. So on a more spiritual level, this is speaking of this soul contract that is taking place. So this is someone that before you were born, you agreed to engage with one another in this way. This may also be someone that you share past lives with to one degree or another. And I feel like you kind of feel that already. But when this tension and this conflict hits, it really feels heavy to you. It really feels like a tragedy almost. And so you're really not enjoying this tension. And then we have rebirth. So, like I said, past life connection with this person, but it's like this relationship feels like it's in a steady state of rebirth where there's this heavy, strong connection. There's these moments of conflict, and then there's this rebirth of this connection in love when you can discuss these things and come back together and see eye to eye here. All right. Please give us 2 cards for what is on Gemini's soul path for mid-December to the end of December 2022. All right, thank you. All right, so we have the white owl. So the white owl can navigate and see through the darkness, see through these moments of tension here. You're also able to see things from multiple perspectives here. So you're able to see things from this person's perception also. Now, an owl is very good at setting firm boundaries. So you are definitely nurturing the connection, and you're taking into account this person's traumas and triggers, but you're also setting firm boundaries of like, okay, like I realize you have these things going on. I hear you, but I'm not the one that did those things to you. This would be setting a healthy boundary around that, because you're not the scapegoat for this past person's transgressions in love. An architect. So this path has definitely been designed for you, and you and this other person have co-created with the universe to be born at this time, to come together in this loving embrace at this time. But it's like anything new. You start a new job, and there's all these things that you have to learn. There's always tension when you're initially learning these new things, but as you get into the groove and you learn the job, things begin to come to run a lot smoother, and until a few months down the line, you realize that you're kind of a master at your job, and you're just doing it. So you have designed this with your partner and with the divine here. All right. Please give us 3 cards. What would you like to leave Geminis with for what is on their soul path for mid-December to the end of December? 3 cards, please, for a final parting message for our Geminis. Page of Swords. Two more cards, please. Page of Cups again. One more. So this is definitely kind of a new path for you. Fresh beginnings. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, and at the bottom we have the Hierophant. So you're definitely finding new ways to communicate and express yourself with this person. And again, you have this, you thirst to know this person on this deeper level. You have this curiosity about knowing the ins and outs of this person. This person means a lot to you. And again, with the intuitive messages, are really going to play an important role for you. And here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So, and again, receiving these spiritual messages, these messages in the spirit with the bird here. But you're definitely moving into this abundant period. This is kind of this luxury energy off of this card. So there's not a lot about money or anything like this, but this is this luxury of the heart here, luxury of committed romance. And you're really cultivating this garden of this relationship, and seeing it till it's ripe fruition here. And again, you have what it takes you both have what it takes to make this click here. And then we have the Hierophant. So now this card can definitely speak of marriage, things like this. Definitely seeking some spiritual guidance at this time. You may be seeking counsel from your friends and just kind of bouncing some things off of them. But you're definitely learning a lot about yourself at the same time, learning a lot about this person. There may be some conflict with spiritual beliefs, but at some point you do begin to see eye to eye. Now, that doesn't mean you adopt their spiritual belief or they adopt yours, but there is a healthy mutual respect, and that you can actually learn from one another in that department. And that this love is really a level up for you. And then we have the Eight of Wands here. So this is highlighting the importance of communication here. And it's like communication is what makes the wheel of relationship go round. So you need communication. And some of you may be traveling. You may be going on a road trip. I know with the holidays, a lot of us are traveling to see family and things like that. So there is that in the mix here. And here we have the Four of Swords. So this is highlighting the importance of meditation, contemplation. And when you feel hurt, if there is a moment of tension and you get triggered and you're hurt, to take time to recoup, again with the solitude, and so that you can come back together with this fresh energy. Because when these moments of tension kind of happen, they definitely cause some worry, some anxiety, and if it's not resolved before you go to bed, then it does create some restless, sleepless nights. And just my 2 cents is like anything, you should never, but it's better to not let conflicts go unresolved before you go to bed. You should kind of clean it up the best you can before you go to bed. At least that's what my dad says. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So you're embarking on this brand new journey here. And you're taking inspired action, moving very quickly towards this person. And I feel like at all times you're really, there's a yearning to be next to this person. And they definitely feel the same. There's no doubt about it. Then we have the King of Swords. So this is definitely speaking about communicating your truth to this person, but also the importance of doing it with mental clarity. Sometimes when we're caught up in the whirlwind of conflict, it's hard to react from a mentally clear space. And this is a lot of times where we say things we don't mean, or we make a quick decision that we later regret. So you definitely want to move with your truth and utilize patience, and make sure you're reacting from a mentally clear position here with your truth. So I think we'll go ahead and leave this reading here. Geminis, I want to send you a lot of love and encouragement for mid-December. Overall, this looks really good. Now, the Spirit is wanting you to know about the tension, but outside of that, it really does seem good, and that the tension is actually training you. If any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is most appreciated, and I appreciate all of you for tuning in, listening, and watching. It really does mean so much. And again, Geminis, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Peace.